After that Liverpool affair at the Molineux, we'll be having a big one, or big ones. We'll start with Manchester City going away into London for that West Ham very highly anticipated clash. David Moyes' side coming to this game unbeaten. Man City, of course, still on a 100% record so far in this particular season. This seemed to be like a very, very good clash, Timothy.
Yeah, it could be exciting. I think David Moyes, the team might not be that hyped that they're unbeaten, but I think the players will know that having got 10 points out of 12, that is one of the best returns.
It's a big return
for West Ham. So getting the big boy in Man City at their backyard, I think they will give a run for their money. It
will be something very, very interesting. Moyes coming into the side, of course, on the back of very solid performances from, especially when they lost to Arsenal, that gentleman, Declan Rice. Yeah. There was a lot of qualms about how they would go about their business, but they've certainly bought well. If you look at the players that they've brought in Alvarez in the midfield, they've brought in Mohamed Kudus, a very, very exciting player, who I think this is one of the games that perhaps you might have been thinking about.
James Ward-Prowse is in that team too.
James Ward-Prowse, who has also hit the ground running. Yeah. So this is a West Ham side that you cannot discount, especially in such a particular fixture like this one. They come into the game unbeaten. They have what it takes. When you look around at the personnel, especially coming against a team like Manchester City. Yeah. But for City, they come into this particular fixture 12 out of 12 so far. And Pep will be back on the touchline, we are told, Timothy. Will it swing in their favor?
It's looking likely to be 15 out of 15 to With Pep back, I think he wants to hit the ground running yet again. Already the team has performed, and thanks to his assistant for being able to step in. And he will look at his team and ask them, there is not much I can ask for. Go again and get these points. It's just that West Ham will be stronger than, I think, they'll be in the best ever position they've been against Man City, because they know in their own patch they should be able to give a fight against their opponents. And you look at how Man City plays, they want to dominate the ball. And West Ham, I think, with the likes of Bowen, Benrahma on the left, and maybe Antonio, if he starts, they'll be waiting for those counters, and Antonio has the ability to hold the ball and wait for the other players to come in. So it's a tactic I think Moyes is going to try and let Man City play the ball, and then they hit on the counter-attacks.
Of course, we've seen Bowen has hit a bit of form, especially going into the international break. Yeah. He already has 3 goals, so it will certainly be very interesting. Shall we see Kudus taking part in this particular fixture? Yeah. It will be interesting. For Man City, with the injuries that they have, of course, we know Jack Grealish is out, injured. Stones has been out. Kevin De Bruyne has been out. Yeah. There's certainly something to think about for Pep in terms of selection.
Yeah, there's a lot to think about, but I think the moment you know that Grealish is out, then Foden will be in the talk of the team. We know Doku is one of the players who got some time. Could he be starting in this one and show what he can do on that left wing? So I think Doku is one for the left wing, and then Foden maybe on the right, and then Alvarez maybe behind Haaland. So
the way he has been playing.
Yeah, that team for me up front, the substitutes who are going to come in can do their jobs there.
A very, very big one. It will be interesting to see how Pep does in this particular fixture against the David Moyes side that's still unbeaten. Very, very big news for West Ham fans. Of course, it will certainly be a very huge affair that we'll be waiting for. What's your prediction in this one, Timothy?
I've gone for
Do we captain Haaland?
I'm a bit doubtful captaining Haaland, especially when he goes away from home. But last season he had a hat-trick against West Ham. So again, you don't want to risk and captain someone else.
And score 2 in this particular fixture.
Exactly. Then Haaland comes and scores 2 or 3. So I think it's a debatable one. We will think about it for a long time. But I've gone for Man City win 2-1. Man City.
I expect City to score more goals in this particular fixture. I think West Ham have a goal in them. Antonio has been playing so well in this particular, at the start of the season. It will certainly be very interesting. I've gone for 3-1 win for City.
2-1, like I said.
Very, very interesting. Of course, that game will be kicking off at 5 p.m. East African time. Do not miss it. Around the same time, we'll be having other huge games. Don't go anywhere.